Salina. It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl, way made you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl, put them heels on and rule.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You're gonna be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Hey, y'all. I'm glad that everybody came through. What's up, Shay? Thank you for joining me. One of the first to be up in the chat. And I hope you have a happy new year. Well, I had a very good date today, so thank God for that. I'm in a very good mood, but I want to introduce you guys to a special guest to me. Her name is Miss Hortense. And she has been knowing me since I've been in my early 20s. We used to go to the same church, and she has always, hey, Joe, she's always been very encouraging to me, but she's also told me the hardcore truth. How many people know that you need some older women that can tell you the hardcore truth? And Miss Hortense was one of those women that, like I always talk about in my church, that have always took a liking towards me, to the point to where they wanted to mentor me and to help me. They didn't want to compete with me. They were trying to help me so that I can become a better woman. And she even still, I don't care if I'm in my 30s or when I get into my 60s, if she's still alive, I don't know if she'll still be alive by that time, but I'm pretty sure that she will be always giving me some advice, or critiquing me on something. So shout out to her. And I see, these are the older women that I talk about. Hey, CP3, the women that I've met, the older women, like some of the older women that I've encountered on this app, have been very discouraging, because I've had older women to lie on me, to talk about my body, to say all types of horrible things about my reputation, and they don't even know me. And so it's when I hear those type of things, and where, me being around different type of women, it really took me kind of a minute to just be like, this is really crazy. I've never experienced that, not even in my family. And people in your family, you got some crazy people in your family, but when you come on YouTube, these people are a total different beast. Okay. So shout out to Miss Hortense and all the other women that had a hand, especially my family, women in my family, that had a hand in raising me or mentoring me in some type of capacity. So I would like to introduce you guys to Miss Hortense. Miss Hortense, thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And see, this is when in the Bible, it talks about the older women should teach the younger women. That's what I experienced. I didn't experience, older women competing with me. That's not what I experienced. I didn't experience older women trying to tear me down. I experienced women that tried to encourage me, that would let me know when I was going down the wrong path, that would give me wise advice when I was being stupid. And so I have been very blessed in my life to have people that cared enough about me to tell me the truth. So shout out to Miss Hortense. Miss Hortense, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for the invite. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yes, you are one of my special people. I wanted to ask you, When you first met me, I want to get your, like I said, I was in my early 20s, so I was still wet behind the ears. What did you encounter? What did you see when you first met me?
So you want me to tell you what I told you what I
I
saw?
want you to tell me the truth, just like if I was talking to you on the phone, I want it to be authentic. I want you just to be truthful, but don't get too crazy now.
I'm
But
not.
yeah.
Oh wow, that's that's a way back. Okay, let's take it way back. Well, I seen you at church, and I think you used to sit in front of me or all the time. I noticed you, and when we used to do the greet and meet, is
Uh-huh.
uh you was nonchalant.
Kind of
You would give me your fingernails
like,
like
oh hi.
give me that little fingernail like honey, that kind of way. So I'm looking at you like, oh wow, she nonchalant like.
Nonchalant.
And but then you liked it my sister. So I
Mhm.
found out that you and my sister, y'all was pretty cool. So I was like, well, she liked my sister, but I believe she had a problem with me. So one day in the parking lot, I don't know if you remember it or not, we all pulled up at the same time.
Mhm.
And my sister, you and I, we were walking into this church, and you find out that Gladys was my sister. You were like, this your sister? I was like, yeah, this my sister. And that night we sat together, and I think that what broke the camera back.
Yeah. So I kind
Yeah.
of I kind of loosened up a little bit. I had to warm up to you. Okay.
You did, and then so as you begin to be friendly, so I just share it with you because I believe you asked me, what did I see in you? I believe that's what you asked me. What did I see in you? And I
Mhm.
was say, well, when I first met you, I said you such a pretty young lady, but you had such a bad attitude.
Okay. All right.
And and I say your looks don't go with your inside.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And then you was like, well, what do you mean? I was like, the outside appearance, you're very pretty. I said, but your inside, you're very nonchalant, nasty kind of.
Wow. Okay.
And then I think you grew on me because told you the truth. And I think we gained a relationship, and I just gave you some pointers on what to work on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was to be more friendly and to be more nice. And so the people, Miss Hortense, that people are seeing now is not the same person that you met. So this is what I'm telling people: when you think a person you don't know, you kind of judge people and you say, "Oh, they're not built like that." But people really don't know what you've been through, right? And so when you first met me, you seen a total different person. So now when I have to get ignorant, you see that other person rising up in me. That
I say don't go back.
right, right. And you always tell me, hey, Miss Shirley, not to go back.
You work
So
too hard.
right, right. So so since you saw me when I was coming up as in my 20s, as you see me now, have you seen any changes? Like, do you see that am I more friendlier? Because I don't even think you could have ever seen me have a YouTube channel.
I think over the years past, we went separate ways. I can't remember when I actually saw you again, and when I saw you, you changed.
Mhm.
Actually, I think I saw you when you was a security guard at OCBL. That's when I That's when I ran into you when you working at Tony
Okay,
Addis.
let's not say the name because these people they'll dox you. So don't say where I worked.
Okay, that was
Because
back in the day.
yeah, they still they crazy.
Oh,
But so when I used to work at the church, and then when you saw me, what happened then?
you was very improved.
You
You improved. It's like you took the criticism and made constructive criticism, and you applied it, and you took it, and you took my advice and
Mhm.
whoever advice, and you applied it, and you took action, and you worked on yourself, and you turned out to be a very beautiful butterfly.
Okay. So when I get these people that think they know me on this app, and they say all these kind of crazy things about me, and I share those things with you, what's some of the advice that you tell me?
When I be in the bushes, as you call
Yeah,
it,
when
I
you're
be
in
in
the
the bushes.
bushes. Uh-huh.
I, well, I actually, in the beginning, I would get off because it was like you had to prove yourself to people who didn't know you, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the attack that they was coming on you.
Right.
Maybe I would call you and say, "Why you let them get to you like that? Why you giving them feedback like?" And then I was like, maybe I'll call you and like, "What happened? What's going on?" And
Right.
you improved on that a lot. I was like, I can't listen to the bickering and you going off and like, so it didn't. It got to me because I feel like the people don't know you, and like I told you, I watch a lot of videos, and they go through the same thing when
Yeah.
people attack them, and people don't even know you, and they sit up there and make all kinds of, you know, how they, come at you and all this kind of stuff. I just feel like, um, I just feel like you're wasting your time trying to prove to somebody. I think most of the things that I tell you, stop trying to prove to the people who you are or what you are. At the end of the day, they're gonna attack you no matter what. So don't give them that much power.
Right. 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 What do you think when you see women in this day and time? Like, I'm gonna move away a little bit from that, but what do you see that the women in this day and time, like, have they changed drastically than when you were coming up, like in the what 60s, 70s, or whatever? Like, how do you think the morals of women in this day and time are?
Uh, Copycats, wannabes, are trying to be more than what you really are, trying to impress people, trying to put yourself in the limelight. Everybody want to go viral. Everybody want to be popular. Back in my day, I was born in 1955. So back in my day, we were girls. We wore out two plaits, three plaits, two braids.
Yeah.
We was girls and boys, and so uh, it wasn't anything to be impressed for because we all looked alike back in the day. The black girls.
Yeah.
So only thing that um, today, girls like my daughter is 49.
Hmm.
Um, the difference is the popping off at the mouth where our parents didn't allow us to say a lot. And I think we failed the baby boomers. We failed in the area for as we let our children s- have a voice, speak what you say. And I think that's what had happened. Um, and try to give them more than what we had. And what our parents gave us, we didn't know we was poor until they told us. And I think we failed in that area as far as trying to give our children more than what we had and making them feel like they're better than what people, it was like come up against the white girl, come up against the white family, prove yourself, show yourself. And I think that ego swelled up
Mhm.
in y'all generation head.
So
And
basically, we have a big ego and we're very mouthy.
yeah, y'all more of know it all.
Know it all.
You
Okay.
know it all. I respect you because you're not a know it all. You'll take advice. See, I was one that had mentors. I had older women, and I didn't like them at first. I had like three of them as a young woman in my 20s, and they would flat out make me mad because when I go to them and they'll tell me the truth, I didn't like the truth, so I would be pouting, I would be mad, and but then when I had friends, I do the same thing to them when I want to hear, and they'll tell me something that I want to hear. They make me give me a pacifier, and I didn't like it. So I weighed it out for as the truth and what I want to hear. So I will
Mhm.
always go to my older ladies because even though they're gonna make me mad with the truth and tell me about myself, but they gave me something to think about. And
Right.
so with versus my friend who would tell me what I want to hear. So that
Right.
that growed on me. And
Right.
so nowadays, like my daughter, she had the option to speak her mind, but maybe I should have told her to shut up. Now she don't know how to shut up. And that's what's called disrespectful. And I think that's the difference in your generation. You're more like me. You listen to the older ladies. My daughter not listen to nobody. So what they does, they get out of control.
Hmm. Okay. So with our generation, we have too many big egos. We're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Um. What else?
Can't
We're
tell you
just
nothing.
mouthy. You can't.
Yeah,
Nobody can tell us anything. But you
yeah,
were saying with me, you liked me because I would listen to advice.
yeah. It was a shock. It shocked me because I would think you would be the one that was more of a snobby little young girl that can't nobody tell you nothing. So it took me
Right.
like, well, dang, she really actually want to listen. She really want to learn. She really taking heed to what someone is saying. You didn't get mad about it. You
Yeah.
worked on it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. When people want to tell me I'm fake and I can't, I'm trying to be something I'm not or whatever. I'm trying to be the better me that I can be. You know
You
what I'm
definitely
saying?
not fake. You not fake. You the realest. You are the realest young lady that I have ever met. You're
Thank
not
you.
fake. I remember you when you were skinny. I remember
Oh
you
yeah.
and I told you go to the gym and work on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was way back in the day. And so what they see, they don't know that is really real. I mean, it's hard work to go to the gym and work on what you want.
Right.
And so ain't nothing fake about you and nothing. And I think that what makes me frustrated when I be in the bush listening and you trying to prove yourself. And one thing I learned in life, you can't prove yourself to no human being. You can't because why you got to prove yourself to someone and they already done made up their mind about you.
Right.
So why waste your time trying to let people know I'm real, I'm not fake, I'm this. Who cares? Who at the end of the day don't now want a person pay your bills or nowhere or nothing. He don't know anything about you. So talk, take your platform and stay on the subject and talk about what you want to talk about and let them play in the bushes or whatever y'all be calling it doing because they don't know you. They
Right,
don't know you.
right,
I don't even know you. I don't only Christ knows. God who created us knows us.
right, right. What do you think about women empowerment? You know, you hear about these women empowerment groups, and I think some of it is fake. Me personally, um, I I believe, for the most part, most women don't like each other. They see them as competition. Um, and it's really a lot of fakeness when there's like, oh, we need a women empowerment and all this kind of crap. So what do you think about that, Miss Hortense, with you being an older lady? Like, do you believe in this women empowerment, or is your view about what I'm saying, is it pretty much the same?
Well, my assignment was always based on I study people. I
Hmm.
study people like a clique. Women in power is like cliques. One
Click.
thing I learned about, I mean, clique is like low self esteem girls who is bullies, and what they do,
Right.
they don't want a solo. They want a pack. They always have to have more girls, more friends. I was always a solo. I never liked a bunch of girls because in that clique, they you telling everybody your business, you telling everybody
Right.
your secrets, and at the end of the day, two of those friends gonna talk about two of y'all friends out of that clique. I have been there. I have done that, and it's not no good feeling. And then you get back together, and then you two faced it towards each other, and at the end of the day, you're not friends. So that as a little girl, that grows into cliques as they get older, and all they doing is back feeding off of each other and trying to impress one another, each
Right.
other, and ain't now one of you going nowhere because it ain't nothing but a competition with each other.
Competition. Correct. I agree. I agree. Because I remember when, just recently, when I was telling you about that old hag that was talking about me, my body and everything. And I was telling you about how, they were talking about me being a hater of the women empowerment. I said, no, I just see through the fake shit. Like at the end of the day, and excuse me, at the end of the day, how can you be empowering other women when you're tearing down other women at the same time? Like it's either one or the other, right?
That's what black women do. Black women is the only race who will act like they pushing you to the top, acting like they got your back, but soon as you get to that success level, they ready to get jealous and they looking at you, and then they gonna go and get the other girls, and they gonna have the other black women turn on you because no black woman want another black woman to outdo her, to live better than her, to look better than her. We are the most jealous race of women's that God created.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So how
Hey,
can you empower one another when your power is to bring down someone else and you're not happy with someone else's success?
exactly. Exactly. Thank you for saying that. Because I felt like, I don't want to be no hater. I want to be able to uplift other women if I can. I'm the type of woman, I'm not for every woman. I don't believe every woman is right. I don't agree with every woman, and I don't take up for every woman. But at the same time, if the woman is speaking truth, if the woman is doing her best to be the best version of her, I want to uplift that woman. I want to encourage that woman, not tear her down. So that's
Exactly.
kind of what
Hmm.
I see just dealing with women in my little short span of life, that it's not always as simple as people think it is. And I think a lot of time it's fake when people want to act like, oh, I'm there for another woman. Yeah, you don't even like her and you don't know
Right,
her. So
right,
my thing is save it, okay?
right,
It's people that have not liked me and judged me just because of how I looked or what they think I've done to my body or what type of person they think I am. So
right,
I spare me. I deal with real women that ain't got a facade. We all different. Uh Either you can deal with that woman's personality or you can't. And that's just what it is. So you are like me. You believe the women empowerment is fake. And so we're on the same path on that.
Yeah, because it was a saying that we used to say back in the day, you fake it till you make it.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing all our life. You fake it till you make it. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and everybody in Atlanta, they faking it. They fake it till you make it. You can be, what you do is you make yourself look like you got it going on, and you living out of your car, but nobody would know that because you faking it.
Wow. So it's a lot of people, a lot of women, we do a lot of facades. What do you
Yeah.
think? I'm gonna go to this. What do you think about why so many black women? I was talking about it the other week ago, and I was saying how there's so many black unmarried women and men. But you know, some of the men go to other races, which that's their choice if that's what they want to do. But why do you think there's such a struggle with black women and black men getting together and
Because
having like successful relationships?
black women is bossy. We lost it. We are more angry than anything because of how we was treated. It's like you wasn't born slavery, your ancestors were. And you seen your parents struggle and work hard for what they get, and they put in us like, try to I do better than the white folk, do better than your parents. And then you go to school, and then you when you go to school and you get this big head, like your education is really was making you. So what really happened was God gave me this assignment in 1969 when I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and we moved into some apartments called the projects, and a military, so we never seen apartments, and so they called them the projects. And I was like, well, these apartments, why would they call them the projects? So as me being 15 years old, I'm curious. And
Mhm,
so the Lord gave me assignment. He say, learn about the projects. I was like, what is a project? He's like, you do at school. So the project really actually came from the government. So what the
mhm,
government did in 1970, between 1970 and 71 to 72, they took the black woman, they made a projects out of the black couples. So what they did in Atlanta, Georgia, they made a bunch of projects, and what they did with the projects was they gave the woman all the power. They took all the power from the black man. So they gave the woman the job, the welfare check, the projects, and long as you can take from the government, you can live like this, and you can go to school and you can work for the government, and we give you all the jobs. So they took all the jobs from the black man, and they put the black man on the street.
mhm.
And so the women had to sneak their men's in back
Okay.
the door because the children kept coming. So in the projects, you kept having babies, but it wasn't no man in the house. But it was always a white woman coming there once a month, looking in your house, looking in your closet. If you have anything in there belongs to a man, you lose your benefits. So I'm studying it. This my assignment. So I sit back and I watch. My daddy got us out of the projects. We moved into a neighborhood, nice home, 3-bedroom home, but I still went to go visit my project friends because everything that was around was the projects, and I went to school with them. So I studied it, and I saw that it was not us. It was the white man. It was the government who tore up the family of a black man. So what he did, he took the black man dignity away and gave the black woman the power. So what she did, she was ownership of the black man. So she learned how to talk down to the black man because she had the job. So the black man had to find a way of making a living. So what they did is the white man brought the drugs into the projects because I was walking around the building, and it was like a brown paper bag at the time. So they were sniffing brown paper bag, and you as a child running around the building, and you be like, what are they doing? Sniffing glue from the paper bag. So that's when the Black Panther was trying to keep the white man, keep the drugs out of the black project. So what they did, they destroyed the black man with the drugs. So the black man didn't have no job. He didn't have no home because they gave all the power to the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
so the man became helpless and the black woman became powerfully. So she started talking down to the black man. She didn't build the black man up no more.
Okay.
And that's where the ability of marriage, looking for a good man. So every good man is locked up. Every good man is down because of the government.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of the black woman taking her man and building her man back up, making him feel like a man, she belittle him. She
Mm-hmm.
degrades him. She tells
Okay.
him, I got a better job, I got an education because they were giving all the power to the black woman. That's what happened with us. Now we got so much, we don't need a man.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that it started a cycle of basically women being disrespectful or both being disrespectful to each other, but basically the woman being more disrespectful to the man because basically she relied on the system.
Right. She had more than him now.
Okay.
She had more than him because they took all the jobs from the black man, gave all the jobs to the, as you know, is more women work than men's,
Right.
but they don't see that. So now women's are taking care of men's. And
Yes.
so a man can't find a good job, but that woman got that good job. So she's dominant. She's in control. She's you do what I tell you to do. And now they don't want to get married because they don't want to lose the benefits. So they
Mm-hmm.
like that power. So once you give somebody so much power, they're just like they like that power. They like that control. They like that. So long as you stay in this house, you stay home, I go work.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where the enemy came in.
And for those who don't know what the enemy is, because some people probably don't know what you're talking. When you say enemy, what do you mean by that?
Well, that's not how God created us to be.
Okay.
God God created a man and woman and to multiply. And it was good while my mom and my daddy, then it was always a daddy in the house. It was
Okay.
always a man in the house. There always was a voice in the house. It was always your mama say, wait till your daddy get home. And into the baby boomers, my generation. My generation is where the government made a project out of us. So we
Okay.
had to watch our mama um, lay up with the babies was coming. So then it became a generation curse. So what had happened was you have a daughter. Then she wind up getting pregnant. Then she live off the same. She get the projects. She do the same thing. So your daughters and your daughter's son, they 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 don't have to work. So you made weak boys.
Weak
So
boy.
no weak boys. So
Okay.
they're not gonna never grow to a man because back in the day, a man used to raise a boy to a
Uh-huh.
man. So it was always a man in the neighborhood. It was that's why so many um sweet boys and so many sweet men. It's so it's it's
Okay.
yeah, it don't took because a woman it's not a woman can't raise a man.
Right. And sweet, you're talking about the other, alternative lifestyle, basically.
Well, when you weak, you ain't no man. Because
Right.
a man is not gonna allow a woman to control him. A real man is not gonna allow a woman to so much get away with taking his manhood away. He gonna at least like put his foot down and he at least gonna let you know he's a man. Now I ain't
Right.
saying all of them because I know my son. I didn't raise my son to be no weak man. I raised my son. You don't borrow money from the women. Don't come asking me to borrow nothing. You're a man.
Right.
I've
Right.
raised my son. You take care of females. I raised my son, not raised him, but gave him um, what his daddy didn't give him because his daddy was a weak man.
Mm,
He didn't
okay.
want to work. He from projects. I married a project man, and I was
Mm,
from the military. So all I know was the man in our house, he always worked. So I wasn't
mm,
used to a man staying at home, so I called him a house husband. So I went to go get a job.
mm,
So yeah. Um, so it's why it's so hard for marriage now because nobody don't know what's real. Nobody don't know what marriage is because you don't see it anymore. You lost your marriage in the night in the 70s.
in 70s. Okay. Let me ask you this question. You kind of got on to me this morning. And you said some really hard truths, and I took it like a woman. I put my big girl panties on. You were talking about how as women we like to control. Why is it that we as women, what is it in us to want us to control the situation, control a man? You said, Selena, you cannot control everything. Thank you, Blaze. Tell me, why are women so controlling? What is that? What is it? It's probably not all women, but I hear a lot of women saying that they're control freaks or they have problems with being controlling.
Well, control come from because we are mothers.
Hmm.
We bring sons into this world. So you are mother to a son. And so we tell that son when he's a child what to do and what not to do. It's our nature. But that's why the man come in to at a certain age when that boy become a teenager, a mother should move back and let the man take over. So
Hmm.
whatever that son and that daddy is talking about as a father and a son, he's teaching him how not to have a woman to control him. Because see, once that son see that the daddy runs the house, and this is how we do it at this house. This woman gonna be submissive. She gonna respect me, and that's the different training. As a woman gonna always control, but a wise woman knows how to tame her control and let that man be the man, whether he can do it or not. You have to let your man be the man, whether he's telling, is he doing it right or wrong. It's for us to teach a man how to be a man because as a man leave his mother nest, you only taking on what she taught him. Now you got him to be your husband, and it's a lot of stuff that his mama ain't teaching about how to treat me. So now I got to come out and train him all over again. So that's where the control come in at. Because we're not gonna allow you to talk to us and do us any kind of way. So what your mama
Hmm.
didn't teach you, now we got to teach you. So that's why we are controlling. We are mothers by nature, and that's where we are very, very strong women, and you can't take that away from us. But we have to also can't take the manhood away from the man. We have to let him lead or encourage him and talk to him in certain kinds of ways instead of tearing him down and telling him, talking to him like you are his mama because you're not his mama.
Mm. What are some ways you can talk to a man to not be controlling, but still kind of maybe direct him in the right way? Well, I shouldn't say direct him, but how can you still be feminine, be a woman, and stay in your place and stay in your role and not try to be a man, but allow man to be a man, but at the same time be able to give him some constructive criticism or some advice about something?
Let him make his mistakes. Let him find his way. You just follow. And then maybe if it goes to a certain extent, you might say, honey, I mean, pillow talks. You can do a lot of pillow talk. You can like,
Mhm.
honey, maybe it's not telling him, but maybe making a suggestion. Like, baby, maybe what do you think we do it like this? He might agree with you. It's the way that you bring it to a man. Maybe he'll ponder on it. Maybe he'll think about it, and then he come back. He might say, "Baby, that was a good idea." We might go to you do things decent and in order. You never take away a man's right.
So it's in your tone, right? And how you say things and what you say
Yeah,
that you can get more out of. Well, you can not. I'm not gonna say more out of a man, but you can help him to maybe see your point of view without being like, well, you need to do this and you should have done this. And so there is
right,
a way. It's in
right,
your tone and how you say it
right. You can do it with kindness.
with
You can
kindness.
do it with sweetness. Make a communication is the key to a relationship. Really, actually,
Yes.
it's the tone.
Hmm.
Same way a woman don't want a man hollering at her. Well, a man don't want you hollering at him either.
Right. Yeah.
So it's called
That
respect.
part. It's just about respect.
Yeah.
Um, as you look back, you see your daughters, granddaughters, you see me, other women. What is some very good advice that you would give a woman, whether she's single, whether she's married, and she may like, I would say, if it was a woman that did not have a mother, maybe her mother died early or her mother's no longer here and she misses that mother advice and she feels lost in life, what would you tell that woman, that young woman, when she feels lost or she just can't find her way in life? Thank you, CC.
Uh, I I probably wouldn't tell her anything because if she lost, she just lost. But what I can
Yeah.
say is take a chill pill, sit back, just stop, just stop, just stop what you're doing. Think. You have to give yourself time for yourself. It's called, a lot of people don't like to be isolated. Isolated only is giving you time so you can block everything else out. You hearing
Mhm.
too much. You hearing too many people saying this. You got too much going on in both ears. So what you need to do, you need to isolate yourself and you need to concentrate on yourself and you need to meditate and you need to pray and you need to get in the word and you need to hear from God. So if you're lost, he the only one that can find you.
Mhm. Okay.
He the only one that can find you where you're lost. Because when you're lost, he the only one that can help you get back on track. And in order to do that, you have to isolate yourself from the outside world, from all the noise, all the everybody telling you what to do, putting their input in.
Mhm.
Everybody want to be right.
Everybody.
Everybody, everybody want to be right. Nobody don't want to be wrong. That's why you don't know truth from fake no more.
Right.
You don't know what's real, what's not anymore.
Right. Um, you are a widow. You was married for several years. What were some of the mistakes as a young wife that you made that you can share with us and what you learned from that?
From my first marriage, I married too young. We married at 19. My we got pregnant first, so the baby came first, and then we got made to get married. As I learned, it was called a shotgun wedding. Cause back in the day, you get a girl pregnant, you marry her. So I
Right.
didn't, I, yeah, I didn't understand why. he just didn't want me. But as we got more babies though, and when you're in your 20s, you just don't know nothing. But
Mm-hmm.
as I got older, I got into another relationship, and this one, he was the opposite. He didn't cheat, but he was obsessed, and that
Mm-hmm.
was terrible. And so I prayed to God and asked God, if you get me out of this relationship, I promise you, I won't get another man unless you send him to me. So
Right.
between my children father, what I learned out of that relationship, maybe if I hadn't found out once I found out you cheated on me, I'm gonna get you back and I'm done and this and that. If I had someone to teach me, someone who could have told me, um, I probably would have stayed with him. But I don't know what would happen if I had stayed there. I probably wouldn't been as wiser and m- m- better than what I was. So
Right.
out of those two relationships, what I learned out of my husband that passed away, he was much older than me, and after he passed away, I had just learned how to be submissive
What
because I
is
took both of those relationship and I took it into their relationship, and I tried to do damage good to him, which he was good to me,
uh
but
so
I didn't
you
know how to
learned to
handle it.
be submissive. What is submissive? Like how did you learn to be submissive? What did you do differently?
Submissive is like a lot of people take submissive as a word like you're a slave, and you let the man take control you and all this kind of stuff. But what I learned submissive was to just let the man be the man. Let the man run the house. Let the man be the man. He pay all the bills. The man do all of this, and you don't have no business popping off at the mouth, turning your neck, telling that man what you ain't gonna do. And that's what I was. I was a neck swinger. I was popping off at the mouth. I was letting him know, look here, I'm not. I don't believe he was. He was just a man to show me that I was worthy to be loved, and a man that can really, really be a man if you allow him to be a man. So he taught me how to be submissive. So if I got a chance to experience a good man and a good marriage, then can't nothing top that. I can do better. I know I can. So nothing less can come in my life because I don't have a taste of the best life.
Hmm. A lot of people, especially a lot of women in this day and time, they view success very differently. I think a lot of people we all view success differently. We all have different perspectives. When you see success or you look at a woman that is successful, what does that look like to you?
Uh, a lot of people think success is materialistic. Your job, your degrees, driving a nice car, living in a nice home, having fine children, money. They think that's success. But I learned that success is come from your trials and your tribulations. Because once you learn what I learned in my younger days, what I learned with my first marriage, what I learned how I didn't do my children, I could have did better. I learned, but I made it through the hard
Hmm.
times. I made it through the sacrifice. And while I was going through my trials and tribulation, everybody was living their best life. I wasn't ever jealous. I praised everybody. And even though with me had to go through my trials and tribulation, and not knowing that they were success, but they were more jealous of me because how you gonna be jealous of someone who don't have all the education and your children graduated, mine didn't. Your children went to college, mine didn't. You got a fine house, I don't, and you more jealous of me, and you got everything. So not knowing that a person hates a person for less than what they have, more so you jealous of a person that have so success to me is your trials and tribulation that you made it through.
Hmm. That's
Not
what in your perspective. Okay.
yeah,
I like that perspective. It's basically what you've learned and apply what you learned to your life. That's how
right.
you see success. Um, I know you kind of you don't have to go into verbatim the details of what we talked about today, but you showed me something very interesting about myself today that I kind of knew, but I didn't want to admit it. You were talking about how we, especially me, I'm gonna just say me, you want the control, you want things to come out the way that you want them to come out. And you were kind of giving me some advice on that. Can you kind of expound on that, Miss Hortense?
Uh, because you 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 are controlling. You you controlling. You like have temper tantrum because you want it your way. You want it
Yeah.
now. I want it now. Give it to me now. Like I can't wait. That's what I was saying about say y'all generation. Y'all everything is quick and in a hurry. You don't want to wait. You want it now. You have temper tantrum if you don't do it now. You don't do what I say do. And I just basically said you need a man that gonna be like my husband. I used to do that same thing. My husband used to always say Hortense. I mean, he had a tone in his voice where I knew he was sincere, and I was like, I thought it was very sexy. I was like, okay, Daddy, I like that, like because
Right.
I know women are controlling because it's the mother in us, and it take a real man to tame us, and that's what we like.
Mm.
I don't care what won't no woman gonna say they don't like a man that if you do something wrong with you, you
So
just
you
ain't
so, so
tameable.
I'm like a wild horse, Miss Hortense.
No, you're not wow. You're just you've been on your own for so long. You done did it for so long, and that's where we are in life. The woman done did it so long for it's so hard for a man to come into our world because we don't did it. We don't did it. It don't made us hard. It don't made us untrustworthy. We we you have to open. You have to take chances. You can't be fearful. You have to take that fear and take a leap of faith and at least try to let a man come in and be a man instead of you controlling him, telling him what you think, and you run a man away. That's what I was saying. You got to tone it down a little bit. You got to think before you speak. You can't
Mhm.
always take over. You can't always make a man do what you want to do. It's not it's not right. You're wrong.
So you're saying that fear maybe paralyze me,
Yeah.
sometimes distrusting. And you can't trust everybody out here in this day and time. I mean, you know that for
But you
sure.
got to but you got to trust someone. I mean, you can't live life without it until
Mhm.
they prove you different. I was like that too. I lived in fear. I ain't trust either, but how you gonna find out if you don't take that step of faith? Instead of being fearful and thinking everybody's against you, you will never know unless you take that chance. Prove me wrong. Until they prove you different and otherwise, then you're gonna always be demanding and controlling because you don't want nobody to come into your world and hurt you because you already got your guards up. And if you don't let them down, you're gonna miss out on a blessing. If the Lord trying to bless you with something, you not letting them in.
So you think as women, especially in this day and time, we have our guards up so high because we are very distrusting, and it maybe block our blessings.
We stressed out. We stressed out and we just don't know. We don't trust, and it's hard for a man to they in the same boat as we are. We have allowed ourselves to um, be in our own little world, our own little space, and we don't know how to share. It's like kids don't know how to share their toys.
Yeah.
So, however, what you gonna do? I mean, you gotta take a chance. Life is taking chances. Life is a gamble. So I wouldn't just let my life be miserable by myself for the rest of my life. As young as you are, I mean, the older ladies, I mean, we can marry. We like y'all young girls ain't even never been married. Here we is on our third and fourth husbands. I mean,
Right,
I mean,
right.
we married material. What's wrong with y'all? Like, I'm looking
Right.
at my granddaughter. Them, I was like, Is anybody gonna ever give me a grandson instead of you shacking, you living like you comfortable in living wrong?"
Hmm.
So people, it's just a piece of paper. Yeah, but when he die, that piece of paper you gonna benefit, get all the benefits of that piece of paper. It ain't just a piece of paper. It's more than just a piece of paper. Because once
Mm,
your spouse leave you, you if he don't, then you don't get anything.
right. So
So nobody
shacking
cares.
up is not,
You, shacking up is just you just roommates.
that's having sex. So let me ask you this. What do you think about when people say you don't know somebody until you live with someone? What do you think about that?
I feel like you don't never know nobody. You can live with somebody 50 years and still don't know nobody because people can go to their grave with their darkest secret.
Right.
So how can you know somebody unless I tell you what I want you to know? So why figure it out? Why you sitting up there trying to drill me, try to make me tell you something and I can tell you a lie? So why you just don't leave the past in the past and just let's start a future. Let's just start from here. Let's just take it from here. We'll make our own future and our own past. Leave that other stuff out the relationship because that's where we fell at. Everybody want to know what you did, how many women you don't been with, how many men you don't been with. I can tell you a lie and say I ain't been with number one, but I
Mhm.
don't been with thousands
Wow. What are
because I
some
can tell you what I want you to know.
right? What are some things that women, you, in your opinion, should never put up with?
Oh, well, as me being my age now, what I'm not gonna put up with. Oh wow, lying. I can't stand a liar. I hate a lying man or a lying woman. Not gonna put up with a liar. I'd rather for you to be truthful. Um, cheating. That's see my age. I'm not gonna deal with that. Period. So
Mhm.
my I know how to get a husband now. Back in the day I didn't because I'm a woman of God now. So my thing is I'm not gonna be looking for no man. I'm gonna be chasing that word and I'm gonna seek ye first the kingdom of God and whatever I'm doing seeking him, all that gonna be added. That's my blessing when I seek him, when I put God first. So me learning all these years, about to be in my 70s, I learned how to wait on God. So that man that God has for me, I would know him by the fruit of his spirit. So I wouldn't have to worry about how he gonna treat me or whatever, because if he a man of God, I already know how he gonna treat me. He gonna treat me
Mhm.
like that Bible said treat a man should treat his wife. So I'm different in that area now.
You kind of get on to me, Miss Hortense, because you say that you want someone that's perfect, even though I disagree, right? Can you tell me why you think that? Why are so many women looking for something that may be unrealistic?
Oh, you want to be. I said to you, I said you want to be God. You want to create. You might as well go ahead and create your own man. Create your
Was that
own man
good? Yeah.
because um because you want you if you if I see a man that really likes you or whatever, really interested in you, you gonna find faults. Da, 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 da. Okay. What did he do? He a liar, he a cheat. Okay. You ain't even got a chance to get to know the man. How you going it's like you put your guards up. You just gonna find faults no matter what. You
Uh-huh.
that's fear. So you so I said so you can't change him for who he is. You cannot change a person. The worst thing you can do is change a person. The second guy he was my sweetheart. He was my childhood sweetheart. He was my first love. and we went our separate ways, and I got married. But then after I left the husband, I found him. We got together. Well, I was too plain Jane for him. He told me, he was like, put on lipstick, put a little red lipstick on. He created me to be something else. And then once he created me, he brought it out, which was already there. He just enhanced it. So
Mhm.
when he enhanced it, then when I started getting all the other attention, then he became obsessed. He became jealous. He became, well, you wouldn't have all these problems if you had left me plain Jane.
Right.
So when you actually get into a relationship and it's something about a relationship, the old ladies used to always tell us, don't change your man. If he got regular shoes, don't let him wear them. Because if you buy him a new pair of shoes, he gonna walk away from you.
Mhm.
We need to understand what them old ladies was telling us. So what I'm saying to you, what the old ladies used to always say, leave a person the way they are. What is it about that person that you why you want to change that person? If you like that person, accept that person for who he are, whatever she is, accept them for who they are because at the end of the day, they already done been created the way God wanted them to be created, and you can't change them. Everybody want to go and change somebody because you don't like. I don't like how you look. I don't like how you shape. Go to the gym. Go lose some weight. I don't like that. I don't like. No, it's something wrong with you. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't want to be with a person that want to operate on me and give me a facelift or change me and because it's somebody else out there gonna take the whole me, gonna like everything about me, whatever it is that is if this is me. So if you're gonna try to change me, then we got a problem. We can't be together. So I
Mhm.
was telling you, stop accept people for who they are. You can't don't go changing nobody because that's the dangerous part when you change people for what they are. I had a best friend. My best friend, she got this old country boy, country mechanic. He fixed on her cars, and she started cleaning him up. And they got into a relationship. He was a good old country boy. She should have left him alone. She started fixing him up, buying him cologne, having him smelling good. And then he started fixing all them other women cars. And then she had a problem.
Mhm.
Well, you fixed him up for him. Should have left the country stinking boy alone.
Right. So basically, just allow people to be who they are. Don't try to change people.
Why? Why would you? I mean, if you like them, but then it's just the control. That's the part of the control. When you're trying to change somebody, that's part of control. That's like I'm gonna put a control on this person. I don't like you. You silly. I don't like you. I'm finna control you. Shut up. That ain't funny. Don't do that. That I mean, that's where the mama come in at. Now you want to raise a grown man.
Yeah.
Now you want to put your foot down, and now you want tell him what you don't like about him. If you didn't like him in the beginning, you should have left him where he was.
Mm, facts. K. Michelle said you can't raise a man. I'm gonna read this question to you, Miss Hortense, and I'm gonna let you answer it. BD Jack said, I'm curious as to why so many women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, etc., are still single or divorced and still haven't gravitated towards a man of truth yet. It's perplexing.
Right.
So can you answer that?
Yeah. We did it. We did it. We did it to ourselves because if you're doing everything on your own, I mean, the woman is doing everything. I mean, she paying her own bills. She can buy her own home. She can buy her own car. She living her best life. They got toys now. They don't really need a man in those areas. And I mean, what you they just we just messed up. So the problem is, you don't need a man, but you should want one. I mean, I can't. I need a handyman to do things. I'm tired of doing everything by myself, eating by myself. I'm tired of got to zip up my own dress. Got to talk. Got, got to be on Instagram to entertain. And no, I like a live person, and I'm just waiting on God to send me mine. Like, come on now, where he at? Because how how do we do this long without being in a relationship? And men are out there, but it's not our job to go out there. They were like, get out and do this. Okay, you go out with a whole bunch of men, they gonna sit there and look at you. Then nobody appropriate, and ain't nobody gonna approach you anymore because they afraid you might get small and pop off at the mouth. You try to smile, you try to do the things, but then the men's we don't know what y'all is because everybody on DL now, so we don't know if you like us or not. It's just a situation that no everybody doing their own thing, single, alone, and sad and unhappy and lonely.
Hmm. Well, BD, I would say from the things that, I have experienced and other women that I've talked to that are good women, um, they have maybe different standards, or I have noticed some men do not approach anymore. So I don't know what that's about. I've never really had that problem with men approaching me, but some I've heard from some other women that they are not approached. Some men do not. I know men that don't want to get married. They don't want to have kids, maybe because they've been in bad relationships, and then on the other end, is some men that are just the ones that you would consider they're either already taken. So remember, there's more women than there is men. So a lot of the ones that you will want probably have already been taken, or they're already in a relationship. So I think it's just sometimes people are just missing each other. I don't know if it's because of situations, or maybe the person's not in the right place in their life. I don't know what it is. It's not as easy as maybe some people may think it is. Um, and I don't know how to explain it to you, but
Right.
there is some women that do want someone, that have been out there searching, not searching, but out there making themselves available without
Right.
being a whore, without being promiscuous. But sometimes either the men are not there to either be there to receive her or see her, or the man is not interested, because see, everybody has a preference. Unfortunately, is our preference. You prefer a tall man, but the best man that's wanting to talk to you and wanting to be in your life may be 5'7". So you have to make a choice, right? So I think a lot of the times people get stuck in preference, from
And
my
standard
understanding.
and standards. So
And
what do
yeah.
you I hear a lot of uh women say they have standards. Um
Mhm.
what are some of your standards?
Some of my standards, I would say for me, I have to have someone that has some type of integrity. Um, to me, what is right and wrong. Even when I'm not there with you, you still should have integrity. Just like me, I should still have integrity whether my husband is there or not. I shouldn't be flirting. I shouldn't be doing the most. I shouldn't be spending more money than I should when we have a budget. Things like that. Integrity are the small things,
Hmm.
wrong or right, and just people being truthful. You talked about
Hmm.
earlier how you cannot stand a liar. I can't
Hmm.
either. Just
Right.
tell me yay or nay or no. Just tell me, wait, hold on. I'm not there. I won't be there. I'm not feeling you. I am feeling you. Let's do this. Let's not do this.
Hmm.
Just be upfront with me. Just
Hmm.
be
Cause
truthful.
grown folks ought to know what grown folks want. You ought to know
Yeah,
what you want from the start. You don't need to linger me on or play
right.
uh,
Just
yeah, just up
just
front. Like, don't
just
waste my
upfront.
time.
Yeah. So I am the type of woman I would prefer, and you it may seem kind of raw, but I like men that are very straightforward. I
Me
really
too.
do. Because I am. And I get in trouble about it a lot because like Miss Artin say, sometimes I can be a little rough with it. So I'm trying to be more ladylike when it comes to telling the truth, right? You can tell the truth in love, tell the truth in a decent way, without offending people. But I like people that's straightforward. So my standards are someone that has integrity, someone that is not a liar. Be a man of your word. If you can't
Hmm.
do it, you can't do it. If you won't do it, you won't do it. Hey, I can deal with both, right? Because you have told me what's up. I don't
That's
have
right.
to wonder,
That's
right?
right. Hmm.
So I think with me, where I get lost with men is when they don't have integrity, they can't be upfront with
Hmm.
what's going on, and they're not a man of their word. My,
Hmm.
and you got on to me too earlier about, when I always talk about my grandparents. Hey, Travis, when I always talk about my grandparents, and hey, Genesis, and I always say, like my grandparents would say, or my grandmother, you always say,
Hmm.
well, they don't always do what the older people do now, but I remember my grandfather was a man of his word. And when he was going to do something, nobody had to wonder. He was going to, if God gave him the strength, he was going to do it because he gave you his word that he was going to do it. How you can lose me every time is if you're not a man of your word or you're not a woman of your word. That's
And I,
why now,
yeah.
if I can't do something or I don't want to do something, I just say no, or I won't be able to do it.
And that's where you your grandparent messed you up at, because when your grandparent raised you, that's a whole grandparents, not parents.
Different generation.
Yes. So you really listen to your grandparents. And I say I think they really actually put a, not, they didn't actually help you. They really actually put you in a space where you only listen to your grandparents, and that's outdated. House.
So, being a man of their word is not
No, no, you don't even know if your granddaddy was a man of his word. You was a child.
okay.
Grandparents tell the grandchildren anything, do anything in front of them. You don't know what your grandmama went through behind
Right,
closed doors with your granddaddy.
right.
So your granddaddy probably just said that to you because he wants you to get that kind of man. Like your granddaddy probably wasn't probably about shit back, but to
Yeah, he
you.
wasn't there.
I'm just saying,
Okay,
just an example. Your granddaddy
okay,
probably wasn't about shit. Let your
okay.
grandmama tell it. But for your granddaddy them to put that in you, they stir that in you. Now you where are you at today? Is it helping you, or is it holding you back? Is it hindering you?
Well,
Is
it's
what I'm
definitely is what I do see is definitely, maybe it's my expectation because of what I heard from my grandparent, right? But I definitely don't see a lot of people that are about their word. That I don't.
and that's where
So,
okay, so that's where you really actually it's so hard to say what a person is and what a person ain't, because in your perspective you actually want that person to, you want this person. It's like imagination, you want this to be real, but in real life is you're just gonna have to learn how to trust and find out if that person, that kind of person. You got to give somebody that chance to see. Until you see otherwise, you holding back because of your standards on that point, or what your grandparents them did back
mhm.
in them. That was so far back in the day.
Right.
I mean, the young men's your area, y'all generation, they totally different than back grandparents them back. Even with my mama and them back in the day, it don't work. Whether we saw it or not, it don't work. like I said, I saw nothing but my dad to go to work. My mom was a house. All the women back in the day stayed at home. We had 3 meals back then. Well, they didn't work for me because the person that raised their son, he looking like we don't do that. We don't work. I'm
Hmm.
looking at him like, no, I saw my dad. My dad got out of work. I saw him bring home the bacon. Even when he had no food that day, I knew he would come home with some. So I went into a marriage that it didn't wasn't nothing like what I raised on.
Hmm.
So it didn't work for me. It's not real.
So
So
is
what
it better
happened?
not to have standards?
Yeah, I mean standards. Uh, I mean, yeah, you have to have respect for yourself. You're not gonna let nobody come and run over you and do you
Right.
something any kind of way. But that comes in totally as when you date. That's when you put it out there on the table. But you got to get the man first to sit in front of you so you can at least fill out the application is what I call it. Date
Fill out an application.
filling out an application, asking questions, just getting to know a person, and that's when you put your standards out there. He put his standards out there. I mean, that's what dating is all about. But
Hmm.
you just can't get it openly, and you got all these men listening to you. And what if they take a liking to you? You got to first give them a chance. You not giving nobody a chance. You add them. You cut their neck off. You lying. You a cheater. You don't
Mm.
believe you. I don't trust you. Like with
I
Selena,
don't
can
know
you?
you.
I don't know you. Don't do me. And, no, and I'm like, Selena, hold up, wait a minute, have fun. You already killing the you. You don't kill the poor man. God, can a man get up for some air? Like you're not his mama. You can't raise him. He already done been raised. Look, give a man a chance to at least at least
Oh my
at
God. You
least
right.
have a conversation with her. You killed the man for.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
Oh no! I hope you go get.
I am.
I
I'm
hope you
getting
before you kill the good ones off. I hope you have something left.
Lord. Lord.
Bless their little hearts.
Bless their hearts. Bless their hearts. BD Jack says, humbly, I feel at times women's expectations aren't always realistic. A certain level of entitlement, not making themselves available to the type that they may hold them accountable to certain standards. I agree. I believe some of our standards can be unrealistic. Yes, yes, I
Yep.
do believe it. Um,
Yep.
I'm not saying that there's no good men out there. I'm not saying that. I know that they are. But what I am saying is somehow we keep missing each other. Either fear is holding some of us back, just like Mr. Artens was talking about me. It could be a lot of different reasons why people are not meeting up or not um I would say gelling together or coming together. Like I can just tell you from my personal experience, fear. Like I don't mind dating, going out on a date, but when I start feeling the way, it's like it's hard for me to sometimes uh just just let go and let God and quit trying to be so So I'm
No,
kind of
you supposed to have fun. It's not
right.
that serious. It's to have fun, to laugh, to get to know somebody, and then whatever happened, let it happen. But you got to first let your guards down and be inviting and take a chance, a leap of faith, and just have fun with it. It's not that serious, and when it do get serious, you'll know.
Right, right. So yeah, you're right, BD. I can see that, and I hope you guys have subbed up to me. For those that are new, please sub up to me. I would truly appreciate it. Um, and please help me get to my goal. I have two more just to get to my goal, so please help me to get to my goal today. You could send me a $1 super chat, $2 super chat. Just please help me to get to my goal. Um, Selena, I already got the ring. I'm tired. Yes, I will go to
See
that.
now?
Shooting is
See
crazy.
now? Don't know what I'm talking about. That's right. Everybody, there's so many men out there who's ready for a relationship, but we so like, oh, so scary and just living in fear, and you're missing out on the best part of getting to know somebody. You missing out on your blessing. You don't know. You have to take a leap of faith. Like, come on now. I'm like, you gonna be an old maid for the rest of your life trying to tame somebody, trying to tell somebody.
Hell no.
Well, okay, then. So get with the program and let them guard down and just have fun with it. I mean, laugh, enjoy life,
Right.
live, laugh, enjoy life. Don't take everything so with your grandparents. Don't leave them where they are. This is a new
Right.
day.
Right.
2025, 2025 is gonna be right for you because you're gonna
Right.
laugh. You're gonna have fun. Let the man make you laugh. Make him make you laugh even when you don't feel like laughing.
Right, right. Jack Spade within the 50s, still seeking stuff. They should have taken care of that in their 20s to 40s, mid 50s, talking about that they still want a house and a luxury car. Hell no. My money is going into retirement. That's
Right,
Jack Spade.
right. Yes, and see that's where a lot of women got failed at. You try to make the man give you all this materialistic stuff. Well, can you live in the car with me if it come down to it? What we lose our house? Will you be able to live in the car with me?
Right.
Would you be able to if I lose my job? I
Mhm.
mean, a real woman is gonna stand by her man no matter what. But these women these days, you lose your job if you want to. I already got a man on the side. You
Right.
already side chick, all this playing around and got somebody on the side because you living in fear that this relationship ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work because you already done put your lips and your tongue on it. You already
So
done spoke to it.
I'm gonna ask you two more questions. And Lionel was saying so many men. What did you mean by that? Lionel wants to know.
What so
Well,
many men what?
he said so many men. When you said so many men, I guess what
So
was you
many
talking
men are ready for a relationship, ready for a wife, ready to be married. Yeah. But
about? Oh, okay.
they are ready. But we are. The women's not because we so into ourselves and we so can do it ourselves and we got this and we got that and you got to do this and we got standards and this is how you're gonna be done. This is how so who wants to be bothered with all of that mouth?
Mm.
That's too much. That's too much work. So they rather just
Um,
be by themselves. Like, baby,
okay.
gone, bye, bye.
What do you think about the side chicks? Like, what do you think that some women are like? I'd rather be a side chick. I don't want to be married anyway. I want him to go home. I just need his money. What do you think about those type of women that have that type of mentality?
She just a low down, dirty heifer that just want somebody else to belong to somebody else. As long as you got something that hurt that other woman, you can't get your own man. So you good with another woman's man, and you think you doing somebody a favor.
Oh, okay.
She
They're
just a
actually
side
doing
chick.
them a favor.
Who wants to be a side chick? I want to be the chick. Ain't nothing
Thank
side
you.
piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you just low rate yourself. You don't feel nothing about yourself. You not. You just a side chick that he can just whatever. Why would you want to put yourself as a side chick? Because at the end of the day, back in your grandparent day, they had side chicks all their life, and they never gonna leave home.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna leave that wife. Don't care how much you give and do for her. They had side chicks way back in the day. Every man always had a side chick. That's why we are messed up now. That's why we rather be by ourselves because we don't want no other woman involved. We want our man to ourselves. We don't want to share him. But it's just the way of the world because the women don't look out for other women. And that's where you can't be empower another woman when you're messing with another woman's man. You ought to know better.
Okay. Um, my last question. How do you think? Thank you so much, A Train. Thank you, Smitty. Selena Smith. Okay. Sounds good. Smitty crazy. Thank you so much. Y'all got me to my goal. I really appreciate it. I want to ask you another question. Why do you think, well, first, what do you think that as a woman, how do you, in your opinion, how should a woman carry themselves, in your opinion?
A woman should always carry herself as a queen, elegant, know who she is, wear that crown on her head straight with her postures up straight like they taught us in beauty school.
Hmm.
You ought to walk into a room and own it without even being loud. To be seen, not heard. Gentle, to be looked at,
Mm-hmm.
but not looked at, looked upon. Because looked at, you can be looking at something that's not there. So to be looked upon as a woman, that's a beautiful word. WOMAN. Woman, woman, like a man with a womb in front of a man to represent. A
Mm-hmm.
woman is to represent a man,
Hmm.
to be showcased.
So a woman doesn't have to be loud to get attention. I'm just asking, I already know the answer. I'm just saying, you know, woman don't have to be loud to get attention. She can just be herself.
Quiet spirit is the most powerful spirit there is. Quiet.
Quiet spirit. What does that mean? I mean, can you explain that for people that don't know what that means?
Because when you quiet, you have a lot to say, but you don't say it until it's time.
So
So the
you
most,
have the wisdom to know the difference.
yeah, you ought to know when to speak and when not to speak. Now, a loudmouth woman, they already know she loud, she disrespectful, oh she ghetto, oh she goes nobody listening to you really. Actually, you just loud, but a quiet woman, somebody want to know what she got to say, and when she open up her mouth, they go, wow, like she really quiet for a reason. So a quiet storm, I'd rather be a quiet storm than be a loud mouth.
Hmm. That's pretty good. I'm so glad that I have people, women like you, in my life that always try to pull my coattail and be like, Selena, you getting hood? Go back.
Don't go back. Don't you
Don't,
go back. You
don't,
work. You
yeah,
come too far. Don't you
yeah,
let them folks take you there.
right. I just
No.
want Miss Hortense. I need you to speak to me. As a young lady, with you being an older woman and having the as much wisdom as you have, what is some of the words that you can leave for me and any other woman that is listening?
Selena, next year is going to be a new year for you, and what I would love to see, you work so hard, you don't became this beautiful butterfly. You work so hard on yourself, on the inside and the outside. And what I would love for you, I would love for you to meet the right guy that God has for you, not what you need, but not what you want, but what you need. And for that man, for me to see you happy, laugh, uh, don't take everything so serious. Don't be so uptight.
Right.
Uh, enjoy life, have fun. Life is beautiful when you find the right person to enjoy with. So just get out there and let go of that fear and just have fun in life. Date. Um, just just be happy. Don't take life is a gamble. You have to take a chance. You have to give somebody the chance. You have to want to. So quit. We need to stop holding back on what that's a big old world out there. And you
Mhm.
can't enjoy it if you don't have nobody to enjoy it with. So I want you to find that right person to find you. I told you to quit looking because we're not supposed to look for the man. The man's supposed to find us. So when he finds you, receive him with open heart, give him a chance, trust, just enjoy. Take
Mhm.
fear and turn fear into faith.
Mhm. How do I do that?
Turn fear into faith.
Yes.
Take chances. Trust until they teach you otherwise. Until they change on you, then that's when you know if you can trust that person or not. But until then, you have to trust someone, and you have to start somewhere. And quit being so bossy, so controlling. Quit being somebody. Quit being somebody's mama. Stop trying to
Mm.
stop trying to change a person, because at the end of the day, you don't want to change a person because you might create something that's not right. So let a person be who they are, just like they need to let you be who you are. And everything is real. Everything ain't always what it seems.
Mhm.
So just let your guards down. Take your standards. It's good to have them, but also you can eliminate some. You got to compromise. You got to give
Mhm.
and you got to take. So you can't
Mhm.
take it all, and all you won't take it all. No, you got to give. You got to give. You got to play with. You got to play fair.
Mhm.
You can't take all the standards and leave him with nothing. So you got to share. You can let your guards down a little bit. You take some of them check marks that your grandparents done put in. You got to take that. take that old dated out, old timey ways out. This is not what it is back in the day. Ain't nobody going back
Right.
there. You
Right.
going forward. We don't go backwards. So quit going back to your grandparents.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I need to move forward. Don't live in fear. Um, yeah. And I'm glad that you can see that from the time that you've known me that I have grown a lot, that I haven't stayed stagnant. Even though sometimes I take trips to the past, but I don't stay there. So I'm glad that you do see that. I
No,
really.
you don't stay there, and I'm very proud of you. And when you said you were gonna do that YouTube, and you really do a great job on it. I love listening to you, how you stay on the subject. You don't Once you stop all that ghetto, all that fussing and fighting and carrying on. I was like, girl, I can't listen to your all that drama.
Right.
Like you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. You ain't got to prove nobody that you real. You can't. At the end of the day, they're not gonna believe you anyway. So don't even try. Just be you. You can't be nobody but you, whether they believe it or not. So just
Right.
stand your grounds on that part, and don't worry about what nobody have to say about you or what they believe that. Because I know you got real hair, you got hair longer than your wigs, and I know you don't wear no make. I know you. I know you personally, so I know
Right.
everything about you is real. So I saw you when you was in your 20s when you didn't have all that. I saw you. I was like, dang girl, you stacked now. Like,
Right.
yeah, you can't help because you a lot of woman. Hey, it's just what it is. It's just who God created you to be the same way. They got to accept you for who you are and what you look like. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Yeah, forget them people. At the end of the day, only person that you need to prove yourself to is God.
Right. That part. That part.
Mhm.
Well, did you have a good time?
I did. It was just like we talk all the time.
Yeah, so yeah, this is Miss Arten's very first time ever being on my panel. You may have some of you that have been around, maybe have seen her in the chat every now and then. She usually stays in the bushes, but these are the real people that know me, not no YouTube people, not somebody I talked to for
Yeah,
a couple of months. These are the
yeah,
real people that know my good, bad, and indifferent.
yeah,
So they also see my growth, and they know that I'm a person that continuously keeps trying to be the better version of me. And
yeah,
I will definitely be working on that fear. Sometimes you don't realize that fear paralyzes you longer than you intended to stay. So
Yeah.
I definitely must work on that this year, starting this year for next year. Hey, the beef, thank you so much. Thank you guys for helping me meet my goal. Thank you for the good interaction in the chat. I really appreciate everybody that interacted in the chat. Nobody was acting a fool. I appreciate that for giving me respect and as well as Miss Hortense. And thank you so much for those who was so nice to give me super chats. Like I said, and any cash apps. I really appreciate that, guys. You have no idea how you guys have blessed me. Again, this is the last Saturday of this year. So I definitely want to make sure I went live. I might go live again tomorrow. I don't know. God willing, it just depends on how I feel. But yes, CC, this is Miss Hortense. Like I said, this is a person that know me. So when all these other folks got opinions about what they think they know about me, no, talk to the people that know me. And like
Right.
I said, I have a lot of people that know me in real life, family members, non-family that watch me in the bushes, that watch my replays. Some people I've told, things that have gone on this app. So I have a support system. So you best to believe I'm not gonna be, people ain't gonna pile up on me because I got a good support system in my real life. Okay. Yes, you have a great weekend too, Jack. Everyone has a great weekend. Like I said, I might see you guys tomorrow. Miss Hortense, if you would like to say any last words to the audience, or I know you just finished blessing me with something encouraging. Do you have anything else you would like to say to the audience or anything else?
Oh, you have a good audience because when I be in the bushes, sometimes I go into the chat, but y'all be typing too fast. I had to use that one finger. I can't keep up. So
Right.
I like a couple of your guys, like what's it, the Russell?
Yeah,
Uh
you like Russell? Oh God.
he makes me laugh. And I like another one, D. He makes me laugh.
Oh, damn D. Oh,
Uh
okay. You
yeah,
said damn D?
who?
Damn D. D.
Okay, him, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, that'd be so funny. So I enjoy when you have them on. I be cracking up to myself. I be like, they make you laugh and y'all have a good time. So I
Yes,
enjoy
indeed.
when you have your friends up and enjoy. I really do. I enjoy your platform. You have a very good. You changed it. I like that. I like the change that you did. So.
Yes, and it will continue to change in the right direction. So thank you for that. If you would like to drop down, you're more than welcome, or you can stay to the outro. It just
I'm
depends on
out.
what you want to do.
I'm out. Love you. I'll talk
Love
to
you
you
too.
soon.
Talk
Love
to you
you, Reese's
soon.
Pieces.
Love your Reese's Pieces.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, I had a really wonderful night. I wanted to do this live because I wanted to have somebody from my real life actually come on. And this is one of the ladies that give me really wise counsel when I'm a little feeling away, or I might want to talk to her maybe about a relationship, or talking to her about whatever that's going on. She's one of those people that that reach out to me and I reach out to her, and it's always good to have older women like that. See, I'm not used to this YouTube women, how they be doing. I'm not used to that. So when in my real life, I have real women that give me good advice, real women that they know they right from wrong. They don't make excuses for it. And I deal with those type of women. So I appreciate everything that Miss Hortense has instilled in my life, and other women, like I said, that have helped me in my church, in my family. Like, I have just been blessed. I can't lie. I have been blessed with a good circle of support, and I know that's nothing but the good Lord. So I appreciate you guys for coming through and being supportive of my life. Like I said, I wanted to share a little bit of me, and the real people that I know, and she was one of those people I wanted to share with you. That Yeah, I really think this was really good. So, guys, if you could please share my live, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I hope that you would and stay subscribed, but also to share my live, because there are good women. There are older women that give great advice. There are younger women that will listen to the advice. And we all, there is some people that do want to be the better version of themselves. So thank you so much for being patient and enjoying the live. You guys, I will talk to you later. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Bye.
Salina.
It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl, can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl, put them heels on and prove.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You gon' be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, and I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana boo boo.